You are looking live at Rochester Ice Center in Fairport, New York, where the New Jersey Bandits U19 AA girls are getting set to take on the Junior Predators from Nashville in the final preliminary match of the Roc City Girls Fest, an awesome tournament for girls teams and youth hockey at all ages from around the U.S. and Canada. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo here bringing you the action on Rizzo Vision. As we beat the buzzer to get the intro done, Bandits wearing their black jerseys, black pants. They have the bespectacled numbers. They present pretty much like silver, but they're not a flat silver, it's bespectacled, and that gives the announcer and the fans and the refs an easy look at the numbers because they really pop. White name plates, not name plates, but white names, and the socks have fronts of black, backs of dark pink, and the stripe down the middle on the outside of each leg in gray and white, or silver and white. That same stripe is at the bottom of the jerseys and on the sleeves. It's a cool Zephyr-like pattern. There's the 1-2-3 Bandits stick tap. Harper Keenan will be in nets for this one, and we'll give you a look at the Junior Predators from Nashville as their base, but they have a lot of players coming from the region. They're a very good team, and both of these teams have put together 2 wins on the Friday portion of the game, the tournament, in their games over, respectively, the Buffalo Regals and the Syracuse Valley Eagles. So the winner of this game, whether it comes in regulation or a shootout, will be the #1 seed in the B division, and that's just for classification. The quarterfinals will commence this evening. So if you're watching on demand, as we give you a look at Harper Keenan over there, and on the Predators side, it will be Juliet Spradlin. Bandits will start it out with Folia Camerata and Sperling up front. Olivia Rothstein and Fernanda Venuto on the back line. Underway, period 1. Bandits in the dark, Predators in the light. And the first save is made by Juliet Spradlin. The Predators have the same jersey scheme pretty much as at any given point the Nashville Predators of the NHL. They are the Junior Predators, so that kind of makes a lot of sense there, doesn't it? White jerseys outlined in the mustard. The French is kind of mustard. At the shoulders, the long-toothed Predator logo in front as Sperling picks it off. Couldn't get it through some traffic down there as Hine was blocking it away. Camerata will send it at net, and Spradlin will make the save and cover it up. So a couple of quick face-offs in the first 32 seconds. You can see the clock over there. We will hope that they will count shots on goal on the clock. If not, I'm up here in a perch. Everybody knows how much I love my perches. And we have a good one here in this rink, better than the one that we had in the other rink. Venuto, through traffic, saves Spradlin and covers it up. She swept it out wide. Reese was there to possibly get it out of trouble. She nearly swept it away from an area where she could cover it with the glove, but another save. 37 seconds have elapsed. There's 14:23. Scott comes in to try to pick it off, at least interrupted the flow there for Annalise Hine, who dumps it in. Rather, that was Renata Petrala, 10 rather than 18. Here comes Folia, got there, but just a moment after the Wilhelmi, number 16 player for the Predators, got there, sent up. They try to move it out, trying to get their feet and legs moving are the Predators, but they send it down. It's not an icing, and Morgan Kepler picks it up below the end line, fires it off the boards, but it comes to the point where it's kept in and sent right back down. It goes further enough, and Logan Shoemaker-Gromick picks it up. Number 2, the captain, will race up the left wing as the Bandits change behind her. She will dump it and chase it. Kepler stands sentry at the left point. Banged now around the boards, but the Bandits still trying to keep it in on the forecheck. Kepler has it. It's knocked away in the shooting lane there by Emily Hopp. Comes toward the middle And Hop was in a risky spot there where that puck could redirect, and if it was going to come at her goalie, it might have been some good fortune for the Bandits. But we remain 1-0, 0-0 rather. Maybe I'm trying to predict the future. No icing there as it went right through the wickets. Comes out, and Evan Camarada, if he's around somewhere, is counting it. Somebody's counting the shots on goal. He'll be up there later. I don't know if anybody's going to be able to get to me. They'd have to go into the Bandits penalty box and then yell up a ladder to get me the info. Venuto has some traffic, sends it wide, was looking to maybe send it off of street. Centered now, and it goes on net off of Olivia Rothstein's offering. Gabby had it, Rothstein there for a moment. It's at the boards on the far side. Gabby Rothstein eventually gets to it, and the puck trickles out over the line, and it is picked up by Venuto. Venuto sends it forward. They are going to call the icing on that one. Reese was there. I couldn't really get such a good look at exactly where Isabella Reese was to see if she was close enough for it. And they'll face it off to the right of Harper Keenan. Banged around along the far side wall. And if the feed cuts in and out, we apologize for that. We're at the mercy clearly of the Wi-Fi in this rink. There's no cell service to be had. The Wi-Fi, as Keenan makes the glove save. The Wi-Fi numbers looked pretty good for me, but I think it's gone in and out a little bit. And there's a router right behind me, so I mean, it shouldn't be an issue of connection, unless that's somebody's private router that I don't have access to. Otterbein will face it off, has Rizzo and Scott out there with her. Now, actually, Scott jumps into the dot. Preds win it, send it toward the net. That was not knocked down with a high stick, attempted to. Turning, spinning, Petrala tries to get it off, but Shoemaker-Gromick blocked it. Logan sends it around to the near side wall. It comes to the point. Hine will go back down low. She had a shooting lane, but opted not to take it. There were only Bandits in there. Was maybe looking for one of her teammates to redirect it. It comes back now behind the end line. Kepler has it, banks it hard off the wall. Hine keeps it in deftly at the point just below us. It comes out. Rizzo looking to get away. Rizzo's going to try to chase it down. Didn't have the step. Spinning away, Rizzo and Otterbein. Now Scott eventually completes the forced turnover there. Rizzo hustling to the far side is going to pick it up, gets it deep. You might be able to hear that below. Deep, deep, and she does that. What does that do? Get the puck deep. Otterbein's still there. She's forechecking. 1-on-5, and now reinforcements coming in. Otterbein, a one-woman show, finds Camarada. Backhander went through the crease. Izzy Camarada nearly stole one right there as Otterbein on the forecheck. A one-woman show, and Ava will jump off the bench, and now, rather, that was Sperling, not Camarada, because Camarada just jumped on. I think. They're confusing me. I lose a little bit of sight, and all of a sudden it's a helter-skelter. Folia tried to get it down in between. Camarada's sweeping through, sends it for Sperling, fired it wide on the one-timer. Goalie had good position, though. Redirected by Sperling, and Spradlin knocks it down with the inside of the paddle of her stick. The heel of it, she turned it outside. It wasn't going at the net at that point. It was going to go wide, but she corralled it and allowed her team to change. 9:01 left, period number 1, no score. Sperling tries to get through, does. Folia tees it up. One save. Camarada's there. Oh, she shot it behind the goaltender and in front of the net. Oh, and now Camarada gets creamed right there. Let's see if this is a major for interference. There was a big hit right there, and it was near the boards. Camarada gets up, she's okay, but the Bandits are going to go on the power play for the first time as the interference call goes as a minor. It's Vanessa Koenig in the box, number 42. So the Bandits with their first power play, 8:47 left in the first period. First of the game for either team. They try to clear it, but Shoemaker-Gromick picks it up. Now down for McSherry. Folia and Camarada up front. Sperling plays, at least to start with, at the point in this alignment, but they will float around as Sperling comes down, gets a piece of it. It's going to come to the middle. Shoemaker-Gromick has a lane, shoots, nearly redirected by Sperling, cutting through the slot. It's a tough play for a defenseman. They have to decide in a moment whether they want to shoot it or send it just to the outside of the net looking for the redirection, and Shoemaker-Gromick made the right call. And if Sperling got a piece, that was a goal. Sperling on the back door, and she scores! Jessie Sperling makes it 1-0. It's a power play goal with 8:04 left in period one. The Bandits jump out to the early lead. Hey, Jessie. And Jessie gets to lead the Selly line, which you don't really get to see in this case. So I can hear the ref say it, 53 from 93. So Camarada didn't make good on her own shot, but she does eventually get the assist that leads to the goal. And all in the end works out well for the Bandits. Scott now with Gabby Rothstein and Maeve McNulty gets dumped behind the play there. Venuto and Olivia Rothstein on D. Harper Keenan was dropping down to one knee to make sure that puck was not going to go on net. It exceeds the end line for the icing. So if you're not familiar with all of those rules, the icing is when you send the puck down over the end line and you start it before the center line. That's what happened there, with nobody having a reasonable chance to touch it. Sometimes those pucks will go on net, and if you need a goalie that could really handle the puck, this is not the NHL, so we don't expect that to be part of most goalies' cachets, but some do have the ability. Bandits win that faceoff, but they were the ones who draw it back. Olivia Rothstein is going to get there. Venuto was able to shield off the player. Two players smash into the boards, and it's a whistle that stops play, as getting up slowly is Pimsiri Wilhelmi. She appeared to hit the boards first with her skates, which might sort of seem like good news, but then that kind of stops the rest of the body. And the thing that you really worry about, of course, is if then the head contacts the boards over there. She's moving around. We'll just give you a look at center ice as the teams go to the bench and see the American and Canadian flags respectively, as we're in the shadows of Canada. And the player was moving around, which is the first always bit of good news and the first thing that you look for. And her teammates now huddled around her in a half circle with the ref over there and coach attending. And now there's an official that's come over from maybe the tournament or the rink, most likely in this case to make sure that further assistance is not needed. And they're just giving the player a chance to try to recover, hopefully. See her get up. Bandits lead at 1-0, 7:28 left, period one, so we're 2 seconds past the midway point of the period. 15-minute periods for the Roc City Girls Fest here in the area of Rochester, New York. The stoppage is because we have a player down. It's Pimsiri Wilhelmi from the Junior Predators. And we're all holding our breath in the rink and hoping for the best. The player is prone but moving, and now she's getting to her knees, and she has gotten up. You could tell by the reaction of the teams and the crowd that she's gotten up. She'll be assisted over to the bench area. A couple of players just lost their edge over there, and nothing unseemly happened to cause it. And it's typically a better level of assessment in terms of good news that a player is escorted to the bench rather than directly off the ice. To give you a little wrap up of the tournament and what's at stake here, they'll play the quarterfinals commencing later this evening, and those who advance will play the semifinals on Sunday morning. There's no elimination in the preliminary round, and each of these two teams comes in with 2 regulation wins, both over the Buffalo Regals and the Syracuse Valley Eagles. The Eagles and the Regals, whose parents might have gone to the Regal Beagle after their games, or not. You have to be old enough to get that reference, but hopefully some of you are. They'll face it off outside of the Bandits' zone after the stoppage. There was no possession really at the time, so probably the right call, no advantage to either side. Or they will face it off on the near side circle, outside the zone. The winner of the game, whether it's in regulation, play the 4th seed rather than the 3rd seed. That one sent down is going to be in, but Wisbon will send it at the net. There's a save, leaves a rebound, Rizzo backhand, somebody blocked it. Bellin now tries to backhand it. Bellin gets it toward the point. Shoemaker Gromick sends it right back down. Otterbein's going to try to grab it on the other side. Now Bellin gets a piece too, but the puck pops out and Koenig sends it up and out. That's Victoria Koenig, 99. Sent in. They're going to call the icing on that one, and they wave it off because the puck got on its end, but that ends up being an effective dump, and the Bandits fully change their forwards whilst the puck is still in the offensive zone. It comes out now, and they'll battle for it in neutral ice with a little ping pong going. Fred's trying to get the move on. One gets behind the D. Wrist shot. Save Keenan. She got the blocker on it. Not only that, she controlled the rebound to sprint Folia. Here comes Camarada. Camarada gets through. Camarada comes down. Whiffs on the shot, but she'll regain the puck. We almost had a goalie assist right there, folks. It would have been his 2nd assist, but it was right there. Keenan, that was a difficult save, but she threw the blocker out and she directed it right at the streaking Folia. A brilliant play by Harper Keenan right there, and it nearly leads to the goal. Camarada and Folia did great work to get it there. When it came to the end, Camarada just didn't have some puck luck. There's maybe a patch of ice or something like that she hit. Off the face-off, Rothstein will get it. Gabby tries to turn the corner, has it at the half boards. Battle there, 1-on-2, now gets a little help from McNulty, but it's 2-on-3 still. Sometimes the Bandits win those, and McSherry finds where the puck was gonna go and picks it up. Gabby Rothstein grabs it, comes out, shot, save, rebound was in front, swept away by the Preds. Comes to the point, Venuto out of picture has it, and then negotiates it off to the other side for Olivia Rothstein, and then Maeve McNulty, who sends it down below the end line. Street picks it up, met there by a host of Bandits, and turns it over at the point, but they regain it. Toward the middle, Rizzo was a little further. We're trying to chip it to the net. That one sent down, no icing as it went through a series of players right there, although the offering was sent from behind the line. Sent up, and that looked like a Predator might have gotten a piece of it, but they call the icing there. Typically the less percentage of accuracy, but high risk, high reward. So if you complete that pass 1 out of 4 times, that 1 time might lead to a breakaway. And typically you're not losing too much if you're very confident in your defensive zone draws. So right there, it's all worked out. Here comes Jesse Sperling trying to turn the corner. Gets down low, didn't have the angle, and sends it below the end line. Sperling now recovers. Defenseman falls down in front, but they get safe on there. Kepler had a sauce puck there. She had to knock it down. That's not an icing. And the puck just turns on its end and rolls perfectly for Kepler to stay in stride. Chips it off the boards perfectly for Folia to get it in stride. Knocked down perfectly by Sperling without the high stick. Camerata picks it off. Oh, she was trying to get it on the backhand to send Sperling in alone in the middle part of the slot. Kepler over to Shoemaker Gromick. Morgan to Logan. Sperling to Folia, tees it up, kicked away by Spradlin. 1-0 Bandits, 2:30 left in the first period. Folia sends it toward the middle. Not a shot on goal, but Spradlin will cover it, and no further action occurs because the whistle blows. Looks like the Fernanda Venuto fan club has joined Rizzo Vision today, and I will say bom dia because I don't know how to say good afternoon, so I hope that's good enough for our Brazilian friends. McNulty off the face-off win from McSherry. McSherry still forcing Reese to just spin in the phone booth. Eventually, they take their time. They get it out of the zone, but Gabby Rothstein knocked it down with the skate. Koenig is going to bring it in. That's Victoria. Takes a shot. Somebody got a piece, and it went over the height of the crossbar. Down to 1:50 left in period number 1. 1-0 Bandits on the power play goal by Jesse Sperling. Here comes Maeve McNulty. 1-on-2, but has 2 trailers, so it's a 3-on-2. McNulty hits the brakes, sends it for Gabby Rothstein, turns, fires, wide. Spradlin might have gotten a pad on it. Now under 100 seconds left in the period. Koenig is going to bring it through center ice. Victoria Koenig, the lefty, still with it. Gets bumped down there by Gabby Rothstein. Good play. Angled it. Not a check. You're allowed to bump, or do they call that a penalty? They're calling the check there, so I thought originally I didn't see a hand up, but Gabby Rothstein goes in for the body check. Tough call. I could have lived with it either way. I could have lived with the call or the non-call. Of course, what I say doesn't matter. 1:22 left in the period. 1-0 Bandits, but there's 1:30 on the power plays because of the 15-minute periods. So it's not the traditional 2-minute power plays if you didn't get a chance to check out the games on Friday. Because of the 15-minute periods, they have minute-and-a-half power plays as this one's sent all the way down, and it might be an icing if it goes all the way, and it does. So the Bandits managed to kill off 9 seconds of shorthanded time. Folia up front with McSherry, 12 and 13. 15 is Venuto, 22 is Olivia Rothstein. Those are last 2 the defenders. Emmy Heinrich is taking the draw, number 8, for the Junior Predators as the officials exchange pucks. So a major penalty if one would occur as this puck is sent down and Foley is going to try to chase it. There's a Predator underneath us out of view. If a major penalty occurs, it's 4 minutes instead of 5, and if there is a misconduct, it is 8 minutes instead of 10. And that's because of the 15-minute periods under USA hockey rules, and I believe that the Canadian teams have similar rules. There's a couple of different stipulations for the Canadian teams. I think the Canadian teams do not have to wear mouthpieces, whereas the American teams maybe do. But some referees will check that, others don't care. No regulation on neck guards, if you're wondering about that, with the unfortunate news coming out of the English Hockey League with the untimely passing of Adam Johnson recently. Some teams have, even in the NHL, the Penguins players and some others are experimenting with neck guards. Here at the youth levels, some very much encourage it, but it's not, I don't think it's a rule. Maybe it is in some areas. I think maybe sometimes in New York when the teams play on Long Island, I think usually we often see the request for the mandate for neck guards being worn there. At least that was a few years ago. The soliloquy on neck guards ending. 21.6 seconds left in the first period. Bandits with a 1-0 lead. They'll try to kill off the rest of this period short-handed. Camarada now up front with Scott. Shot comes from the point, soccered away by Olivia Rothstein. Next shot doesn't get through. Olivia Rothstein sends it down. It gets out of the zone, and Scott is going to try to put pressure, take a high-risk play. That's going to end the period with the 1-0 edge for the Bandits. I don't know if you could see here. We could try to train the camera on the Bandits bench. But we don't have shots on goal for you, and I don't have Kevin Camarada around to give me his shot count. But we finished one period. Sperling scored it on the power play. And so far it has stood up. Three points for a regulation win in the standings. 2 points for a shootout win. There's no overtime in the preliminary round, although I think they might do it in the elimination rounds. So 2 points for a shootout win, 1 point for a shootout loss, no points for a regulation loss. So because these teams both enter this game with 6 points, they're tied atop the B group, consisting of 4 teams, and thus whoever wins, whether it's in regulation or in a shootout, will have the first seed in the B division and play the 4th seed in the A division. The A division also had 2 regulation wins apiece for the top 2 teams. So the winners of the other game in each division will have the 3rd seed and the losers the 4th. Bandits will start it out with 4 out there. That's not a mistake. They'll be shorthanded for 8 more seconds until Gabby Rothstein exits the box for her body checking infraction, and those 8 seconds have expired, so the Bandits have killed it off. Rothstein jumps to the bench. Jessie Sperling jumps on the ice. Folia now up front with Camarada and Sperling. Kepler and Shoemaker-Gromick on D. Fred send it up the middle. Shoemaker-Gromick grabs that. The pass was intended for Cook, but it was in the oven not long enough. Sent up toward the point. Heinrich is going to grab it. It's a 2-on-2 with Cook. Heinrich tees it up. Big shot, but doesn't get anywhere near the net and comes around to the near side wall. They battle for it there, just almost out of picture, but you can see a little bit there. I can't even lean over too much, but now it comes out. Street had it, sent it forward, but Shoemaker-Gromick picked it off and sent Camarada off. It's sort of a 2-on-2. Camarada turns the corner, gets down low, takes a sharp angle shot. Looks like she hit the outside of the net. Comes up the far side wall. Petrala now has it in the middle, 1-on-1 with Shoemaker-Gromick. Sends her to the outside, trying to turn in. Camarada comes through, bumps, wipes out the player. They blow the whistle as both players are down. And Camarada laying on her back and trying to escape away there. Looked like she collided with Petrala maybe, and the two tap one another as to explain that it was incidental contact there. Camarada says she's okay. Both players seem to be okay. They'll face it off on the opposite side circle, the one to the stick side of Harper Keenan. 13:38 left, period 2. Bandits up 1-0 on Rizzo Vision. Thanks for joining us. It's a college football Saturday, but it's a Bandits hockey Saturday as well. Shot redirected by Sharkowski, but it didn't ever get to the net because Venuto picked it up. They'll go through neutral ice. Gabby Rothstein trying to sneak through. Maeve McNulty fires it toward the net. It goes wide. Gabby Rothstein picks it up, center and feed. It'll go all the way through everyone, so it's not an icing. This was off the stick of Gabby Rothstein. That's going to allow the Junior Predators to change at least a couple. The period of the long change, we'll explain that at a whistle, but that's what the second period is. As McSherry gets it, sends it on net. Spradlin steers it away, and it comes toward the near side wall. Slightly out of picture. Ref saying, let's go. Keep it moving. Hard to see it over there. Comes toward the middle. Venuto has it between the points. Venuto gets it down low. Spradlin saw it, came out to knock it down. Gabby Rothstein spins now the other way. You can't even say how much she spins. Sent it through into a dangerous spot, but it didn't connect with any black jerseys. Predators glad for that one. Bandits have had the better of the play now in all 3 games. Their defense has been nearly impregnable as Olivia Rothstein fires it wide. They've yielded just once in the course of 2 games, 1 period, and just about 3 minutes. And that's a great way to win games when you simply don't allow the other team to score. But they haven't been able to cash in on their own offensive chances. Off the wall on the far side. Now comes to the near side. Olivia Rothstein over for Bellin, who shifts it back, gets it in on. Oh, they call the offside there, and it looked like Olivia Rothstein kind of fired that puck earlier than she wanted to keep Bellin onside. It looked like she did, but they call the offside anyway. Refs may be anticipating what was going to happen rather than what did happen. Or I'm just wrong and they got it right. 11:48 left. Period 2, 1-0 Bandits. Near side, they battle for it just below us. We give up that little bit of vantage point as the Predators get it into the zone, but then out, faking to send it in, but then doing the right thing. Plant now has it just below us and sends it into the offensive zone for Nashville. Chipped off the boards on the far side. Kepler pushing her player out of the way for the moment. They can't get it out, though. It's still kept in at the point. Here comes Otterbein. Otterbein and Bellin together. Otterbein trying to turn the corner. Now Plant hauls her down. No call. Plant was deft there, but it looked like it was a foot trip. She got the foot in there to kind of tie up Otterbein. You can't trip with your foot, your leg, or your stick, or your hand, or your body. Kind of looked like that was what happened there, but the refs let it go, and they've let most of it go so far. And I've talked about the exercise in futility often, that is trying to chart breaks or good or bad from the referees. They even out over the course of a period or a game or a tournament or a month or a season. Camarada picks that one off, gets down low, shoots, fired it wide. Somebody might have gotten a piece. Spradlin was a little bit fooled. She was protecting the near side. Friendly fire there. Camarada. Now they get it into the offensive zone for a moment. Here comes Heinrich, sends it toward the net. Gets a lot on the shot there, Emmy Heinrich, but hasn't hit one on net yet. So it works as a dump in, but that gives the Bandits a little time to regroup. Fred's trying to establish some offensive position here as we tick down close to the 10-minute mark of time remaining in period number 2. Heinrich was trying to pound that one in from close range. Foldia picks it up. Now a couple of Bandits have it there. Camarada is going to shepherd it off the boards and sends it through the wickets of Koenig. And Foldia picks it up, was looking for somebody down the middle, sends it to Olivia Rothstein, tees it up, fires it off the blocker of Spradlin. Centering feed, nobody there. Sperling was there. That one knocked down with the high stick, but it's played by the Junior Predators next. So play continues on. No advantage given with the high stick. Foldia tees one up. Spradlin lets it go wide off the side, and now the Preds send it around the boards, but Sperling's going to pick this one up. Sperling spinning off the half boards. That one sent up the middle. Venuto tipped it over to Olivia Rothstein, who waits for the Bandits to clear, and they send it right back in. 9:10 remaining now, period number 2. Bandits holding the 1-0 lead. McSherry chips it off the boards to herself, sent it in. Bandits forechecking. McNulty forcing the play there. They get it out, and they get it in to the deep part of the offensive zone. The Junior Predators changing now. The Bandits didn't have enough time to regroup there, and it's picked off in the offensive zone for a moment by Douglas, but couldn't get the handle on it. Gabby Rothstein fakes the pass, spins around, gains the offensive zone, takes a couple of hooks and hacks over there, but nothing to draw a whistle. Up the near side wall, just out of view. Olivia Rothstein fires it at the net. Spradlin leaves it for Street. Street sends it through. McNulty jumps in to pick that one off. Gabby Rothstein with another spin move sends it to the point. Venuto tees it up. Venuto through traffic. Saved with the left pad by Spradlin. And coming up the left side wall with it for a moment was Reese. But again, the Bandits just forcing the takeaways in all 3 zones here. McSherry centers for McNulty. Puck just flickered in the air a moment too long for Maeve to break stride. McSherry on the far wall now. Mandy Scott presses in. McNulty jumps off. Rizzo jumps on. So an uneven number of forwards for this one. Venuto sends it for Rizzo, who tips it. They don't get it deep though. They were looking for that tap play. Venuto and Rizzo trying to work their magic. Sometimes they work it with passes, sometimes they work it with semi-pick plays. But those two building a little bit of chemistry from left D and left wing here. Rizzo now below, gets over the center line and dumps it in. Will be the one in pursuit as Otterbein jumps on, and Scott's still out there. Otterbein, oh, I thought she had it picked off at the point. Shoemaker-Gromick gets it. Rizzo picks up the loose puck, sends it to Kepler, who tips it off for Otterbein, who gets it in the zone. Comes out of the zone, they play with it and neutralize. Rizzo gets it deep, defender falls, and Rizzo's going to jump off and let Otterbein go after it, and Sperling jumps on. Scott is going to hustle to the near side corner, get a piece of it. There's a puck battle in the corner. Scott wins it to Sperling. Sperling gets through 2. Sperling bears down. Sperling tries to wrap it through, not a wrap around, but a wrap around the crease, kind of. But she got a little bit of traffic at the end. Bandits holding the 1-0 lead. 1-0 lead and the possession dominance so far over the Junior Predators. If you're just tuning in, Bandits have it. Here's Folia, gets down the middle, shot, sent it wide. Was thinking about passing it to Sperling. Sperling sends it for Camerata. She couldn't tee it up. Plant got a piece of the stick. The Camerata cannon remains holstered. If you can holster a cannon, I don't know what you do. You can holster a pistol. She scores sometimes with the pistol, 93. Camerata picks it off, chips it off the boards for herself, maybe, but now Kepler sends it at the net. Spradlin gloves it down and holds on. Whistle stops play, 5:50 left, period number 2, 1-0 Bandits. That's been a little bit of the theme for them so far. They've dominated possession in 3 games. They've dominated defensively. They've had chances and have only been able to put away 4. But so far, 4 goals has been enough, as Venuto's shot fired wide, was looking for a deflection somewhere. That one sent through the middle. Markova got it down. Sperling got a piece, or was it Camerata? Camerata got the shot off and got the stick taken out of her hands. And Spradlin covers it up. Face off to the glove side circle of Spradlin. They feed the point. Venuto backhands it down low. A little too strong for Camerata, but Izzy's going to pick it up anyway. Camerata turns, sends it to the middle, kicked away by Spradlin. Sperling now plays with it. 1 below the end line, but is that enough for the Bandits to keep possession? It is. Camerata picks it up. Camerata sends it at the net. Right pad saved by Spradlin. Camerata nearly found it. Another right pad save off the shot by Olivia Rothstein. Olivia Rothstein gets to the circle, wrist shot, sends it too high and wide, but Camerata picks it out the other end. One-timer. That one goes wide. We tick under 5 minutes to play in the second period. Picked off by Camerata, sent for Olivia Rothstein, over to Venuto, back for Camerata off the bank shot, and she sends it deep. Sperling spins around and heads to the bench with 2 of her forward mates, but Camerata stays in to try to be the single forechecker. Camerata, when she gets a moment, will get to the bench, and that moment is now. When you can change 3 forwards in the second period, all in the offensive zone, as that one's chipped in offside. Good chance taken by Olivia Rothstein. She nearly had it. When you can change all your forwards at once and still maintain possession of the puck in the offensive zone, that becomes a big advantage, and it doesn't always pay dividends right away. It starts to pay dividends in the last, say, half of the third period, when you've worn your opponents down just a little bit more by keeping their shifts longer in the defensive zone. And that's the period of the long change, means your bench is at the opposite side of the net you attack in the first and third periods. It's closer in the offensive zone, but further away defensively, as Gabby Rothstein's going to break in with McNulty 2-on-2. Gabby takes a shot, but it's knocked down by Hop and sent over the end line. Gabby with it again, was looking for McSherry to get open. Puck got on its edge and she couldn't get to it. Preds try to break out, but they give it to Morgan Kepler. That's a mistake. She shoots, bouncing puck, knocked down, covered up. .342 left, period 2, 1-0 Bandits. McSherry on the dot, Gabby Rothstein in the slot, McNulty on the half boards to the left. Shoemaker Gromick at the left point. Kepler now between the points is going to send it down low. McSherry turns, sends it toward the point, but one of the Predators was there, picked it up. It was Petrala, Renata Petrala. Score for our Brazilian viewers, Renata. McSherry walks out, shoots, tried for the 5-hole, but Spradlin closes it up. Bandits have had a few games here where you could say, wow, they won a 2-1 game against Buffalo and a 1-0 game against Syracuse Valley. Rizzo sends it for McSherry, and you just say, wow, the Bandits had plenty of scoring chances in possession. Here comes McSherry, tees it up, glove save, but didn't control the rebound. Now it comes to Kepler. She gets there, but just after the puck gets out of the zone. Shoemaker Gromick had to sell out, sent it in. McSherry was still not out of the zone, but Shoemaker Gromick didn't have a choice. She fell down there, and you can't risk giving up a break. Scott on the dot on the opposite side now. They'll do it over there. Rizzo on the near side boards Bellin at right wing. Venuto and Olivia Rothstein on D. 2:41 left period, 1-0 Bandits. Sent up the near side wall, and Douglas sent it right back in offside, so they'll just do it again 6 seconds later in that sequence. Referee talking about the players keeping your sticks on the ice so he doesn't get hit in the face. That happened in the Bandits game at the end of the second period on Friday night. A stick lift, which is a common technique as Keenan makes the save and will cover it up. A stick lift on the face-off shot one of the sticks and cut the referee's mouth area. Didn't look like he lost a tooth, but he was left the action for about 10 minutes or so and then re-entered the game while the play was happening, which was kind of interesting and something I have not seen before, a ref changing on the fly. He opened the door to do it. I guess it's really not much different than a player coming out of the penalty box as Heinrich picks it off, sends it at the net, but once again with a lot of juice, but not on net. That one sent off the referee's skates, so Cook had a little break there. but Olivia Rothstein made up for it. Soccered forward by Camerata, but she can't spring the 2-on-1 break with Sperling. Shielded off on the far side. Venuto picks it up near side for Olivia Rothstein. Up hard along the wall here, just below us. They battle for it. We give up a little bit of that vantage point because I don't remember ever seeing a game decided in that spot of the ice as we tick down to 87 seconds remaining in the second period, and the Bandits holding a 1-0 lead, trying to stay perfect in the preliminary round and gain a game with the 4th seed of the A division, which will be a team that has lost all 3 games by definition, because there are 2 0-2 teams playing to avoid that distinction. But they could get points out of it if it goes to a shootout, so they might not be a team with no points, but they would be a team that hasn't won. So that's what's at stake here. Bandits win the draw. Kepler sends it down low. And Gabby Rothstein there, now under a minute to play. Can the Bandits double the lead? They've been good in the late part of periods. Sent to the middle, nearly picked up. Gabby Rothstein has it off the stick, off the skate. McSherry and McNulty kind of in the same spot in the slot. They end up with possession. It goes to the point. Kepler looking for McNulty maybe on the back door, but somebody got a piece of the offering right at the beginning. Here comes Sharkowski. Olivia Sharkowski gets it over the end line with 30 seconds left, but Shoemaker-Gromick picks it up. Her outlet pass was knocked away. Shoemaker-Gromick now on the near side with it. Powers it up the boards for McNulty. It's not going to be an icing. McNulty trying to chase it down, but Reese knocked it down first. Markova sends it off the boards. Shoemaker-Gromick got a piece to slow it down. 7 seconds left. Is it enough time? It's enough time for the Predators, so the Bandits got to not let up here. 1 second, and the time expires in the period. And we go to the second intermission with the Bandits holding a 1-0 lead. The power play goal by Jessie Sperling came in the first period. Let's see if the goalies acknowledge one another. When they switched sides between periods, they gave a little high five to one another. I like to see that. Among the sorority of girls and women's hockey players, it's an exclusive one. There's even more exclusive a sorority of goaltenders. And the journey for the goaltender sometimes can be a different one in girls hockey, because the top of the top often are the ones that remain playing on boys' teams. But in the end, sometimes that's not always the best decision for, although the goalie might get better competition, theoretically, the scouts collegiately are typically going to see girls' games, and they don't want to make special trips necessarily to see boys' games where there's only one player they could look at. So, as the evolution of girls and women's soccer has shown, eventually once you get the numbers, we'll see more and more of the girls staying with girls hockey and doing it at an earlier age, which would, of course, improve the sport from top to bottom. Harper Keenan now guarding, once again, the goal to your YouTube left. Juliet Spradlin will protect the cage to your YouTube right. 15 minutes on the clock. All Bandits out there. Boy, if they did this 5 against none, that would be something. But of course, there go the Junior Predators now lining up. Foldia up front with Camerata on her right and Sperling on her left. Venuto and Olivia Rothstein on D. Underway, period 3, and Keenan busy right off the bat as Heinrich jumped forward with the face-off and sent it, this time on net. She's unloaded the big shot now 3 or 4 times. This time, the first that goes on net that I can recall, and also at ice level. The others have been lifted. Here comes Sperling, trying to get through Hine, gets down low, shoots, glove save! Jesse got the partial break, at least got behind the D for the last part, through the slot, had the glove side ticketed, but Juliet Spradlin keeps it a 1-0 game, 22 seconds into period number 3. She got the webbing of the glove on it, didn't catch it, but got enough on it to keep it out of the net. McSherry now up front with Gabby Rothstein and Maeve McNulty. McNulty drifts out to the top of the slot. He steps in, shoots, big save, rebounds there, but knocked away. Wrist shot now through traffic, but Street knocked it down by Olivia Rothstein. McSherry centers it for Gabby Rothstein, but somebody got a piece. Bandits pressing here to get that second goal and double the lead. That one chipped out. Referee on the far side calls no icing, but the backside referee said yes. That means somebody got a piece of it, or got a piece of a player or a stick on the Bandit side. A minute into period 3. The Bandits hold a 1-0 lead. They're trying to gain the top seed in Group B of the Roc City Girls Fest tournament. Join us on Rizzo Vision later this evening at a time to be determined against an opponent to be determined. We'll have it for you. And the players in a rugby scrum of 5. I'd say a pack of bandits. I don't know what a bunch of predators would be. Maybe a horde. If it's girls, they can always be a gaggle. So I feel pretty safe with that. McNulty's going to chase down Plant. Plant gets rid of it just in time. Gabby Rothstein trying to get through traffic, getting the stick just lifted way above her head there. That's a legal play as long as it's not a hook. You're allowed to lift the stick. Can't maintain it. Rothstein 1-on-4, sends it at the net, but Spradlin knocks it away with the stick. Sent toward the point. They have room to at least get it out of the zone, but there's no breakout because Shoemaker Gromick stops that from happening. Bandits will change the rest of their forwards. Rizzo already out there. Rizzo 1-on-2. Rizzo digging in. Second Predator is able to win it. Petrala sends it at net, and Keenan was looking to play it. They blew the whistle with Keenan not having the puck covered, and the referee admonishes Renata Petrala because she poked at that puck with the glove on it and just a bit after the whistle. If it was soccer, they would have given her a yellow card, but it's not a penalty. Rizzo knocks that one away. Rizzo looking to get through in the break. Hop stepped into her lane, and Rizzo would have needed to get past the hop, a skip, and a jump. Scott sends it for Rizzo. Otterbein will break in. They'll break in, and Otterbein stayed onside. They ruled her onside, but she was off, and the Bandits get a break there. See if you're counting. They even out. Scott up looking for Rizzo. Heinrich got the stick up there, and Scott is going to grab this loose puck. Rizzo's the trailer. Scott's going to send it at net, steered aside. Scott has it. She'll send it toward the middle for Otterbein. Otterbein will take it behind the net. Rizzo now in front as Otterbein was looking for her there. Couldn't get the pass through as two Predators converged upon her. Comes to the point. Kepler keeps it in. Kepler sends it right back down. Scott is going to try to chase it down. It didn't go all the way around the dasher. Scott got a piece of it. Scott trying to force the turnover. Gets it over to Rizzo. Rizzo takes it to the outside. In the near side corner, puck battle. Scott comes in to help out. Scott gets dumped over there. Predators try to bring it out, and the blind pass toward Markova does get it out of the zone. Rizzo heads toward the bench for the change along with Scott, leaving Otterbein to forecheck. Shoemaker Gromick got the skate tied up and hit the boards awkwardly, but she seems to be okay. Sent to the near side for Otterbein. just below us. Can't see it there. Add a picture. It comes toward the middle. Here comes the puck. Here comes Kepler. There goes Sperling and then Foglia. Foglia tees it up. Spradlin sends it wide. Ticking down now to the 11-minute mark. Centering feed doesn't connect with Sperling. The Predators are rope-a-doping here, but they remain down by just a goal. The Bandits not able yet to put them away. Centering feed, rebuffed by Olivia Rothstein. Fernanda Venuto looking to send Sperling. Gets her out. It could be a 2-on-1. Oh, Jessie didn't get it quite cleanly, so she's going to be forced to steal it. And she does. Street angles her off en route to the puck. Camerata now dealing with Street. And they try to shake down Street. But that puck will slither over the line for icing with 10:26 left in period number 3, and the Bandits holding a 1-0 lead. A power play goal by Jessie Sperling in period 1 has stood up. The other thing that stood up is Juliet Spradlin, who's kept it 1-0 under pressure. And let's not forget Harper Keenan on the other end, who's faced some quality shots and kept it clean, a clean sheet. Typically a soccer term, but I kind of like it, so I like to use it for hockey. Goaltender with a shutout, clean sheet. Olivia Rothstein steps in from the point. Sperling's covering over there. Predators now just taking too much time to get it out, and Foglia picks it off. Down low was looking for Camerata, but then the Preds reconverge on front. Knocked away by Sperling. Picked up by Foglia. Tees it up. Blockered away by Spradlin. She's seeing the puck well. Both goalies outstanding in this one. Here comes Reese. Isabella Reese trying to turn the corner on Fernanda Venuto. But Venuto says no and sends it forward for Sperling. 1-on-3, 1-on-4, 2-on-4 as Camerata tries to materialize in the slot like Brett Hull in 1989. Still with possession. Venuto tried to send it through, but it found the right skate of Emmy Heinrich, who sends it in from neutral ice and allows her team to change. With 9:10 left now. Here comes Shoemaker Gromick. She will storm up the left side, gain the line, take a shot, more like a dump, and it goes to the near side wall. McNulty got over there, tried to fling it towards center, but had Plant stop that plan. Shoemaker Gromick tips it for Gabby Rothstein, walks the line, tries to get through one, does. Backhands it toward the far side of the net where McNulty's able to chase it down, and she's in a puck battle with Hine. Sent to the point. Shoemaker Gromick will send it back down. Sperling will look to set somebody up. Finds Gabby Rothstein, couldn't quite pull the trigger as Markova was there. Then she does pull the trigger, and it's a save and a rebound swept away. It was like an arm wrestle over there. Two players both had their sticks on the puck, and it looked like Gabby Rothstein wasn't going to get it through. She sort of released for a moment, and then Markova kind of released, and then Gabby whipped it at the net, and it was a good save there by Spradlin. Shoemaker Gromick chips it into open ice for Gabby Rothstein, but the streaking, changing player sends it in offside, and that is Emily Hopp. 8 minutes exactly now remain. The Bandits lead 1-0. No elimination at stake here, so even a mistake or a great play by the junior Predators here would not be the end of the tournament for the Bandits. This is just for the top seed. And of course you want to just win, and they're learning how to win when some of their offense is just working on all but the finishing part. Bellin powers it forward, going to get a little help from Scott there, gets pressed into the wall. Scott eventually comes in and digs it out. Scott with it now below the end line, reverses, gets taken down over there, no call. Looks like could have been a hook or a hold, actually. Looks like maybe it was in order. Koenig sends it up the middle for Petrala, who's trying to turn the corner, but Venuto wins that one. Venuto sends it for Scott, who tips it. It's not going to be an icing. Scott's going to regain it, has Bellin coming down toward the middle and sends it over the end line. Bellin in the near side corner. She's trying to push Hop away from it. There's Scott coming in. You can't really see it. I'll try to lean out. I'm hanging. I'm doing the flamingo right now, hanging over the boards, trying to see. There's Scott, picks it up, tried to center for Otterbein. Otterbein now comes in a little later, but the Predators are protecting the house. They're not giving the Bandits, they're rope-a-doping. They're letting them get a little bit of, or a lot of outside possession, but then they're just blunting shots as the Bandits are getting close. Glove down by Harper Keenan, who covers it with 6:34 left. And her dad got the Shakedown Street reference, and I'm eternally grateful, Julian. Thank you very much. Although not a deadhead or a Dead and Company person, the cultural impact of that band is undoubtable. Bandits will try to break it out. Camarada tries to hit Sperling with the home run. She connected there, but Street did get a piece. Sperling sends it toward the middle into a dangerous area and covered just in time by Spradlin as Folio was there trying to poke it in. I don't think Spradlin saw Folio being that close, and Julia almost got it. They'll have an offensive zone draw, and Folio will take it to the right side of the goaltender. 1-0 Bandits, 6:13 left in the third period. Spinning with the backhand to send it to the opposite side was Folio off the draw. It comes off the wall there. Folio got a piece of it to get it a little bit lower, but the Preds try to get it out. Now they can't do it. There's a battle for it right at the right point, and it's sent up and out where Logan Shoemaker-Gromek has it. Here's number 2, the captain, banks it off the wall definitely for Sperling. Sperling gets in, shot, glove down, and held by Spradlin. Sperling had the top corner picked out. Spradlin threw the glove up there and snared it. 5:44 left in the game. Bandits still holding the 1-0 lead. Shoemaker-Gromek at the point, sends it for Sperling, who backhands it off the wall, spins, tries to get down low, fakes the wraparound, now sends it to Kepler. Kepler looking for a shooting lane, doesn't have it, so she sends it down low. Sperling on the opposite side of where the puck came from, sends it at the net, and it's gloved again by Spradlin, who gets the cheers from the Nashville faithful. And she's deserving of it because she's kept her team within a goal. Kepler off the one-timer, sends it down low. One of the Preds got a piece was Hine, and they'll battle for it along the near side wall. Koenig will move it out. That's Victoria Koenig. Cross-checks Kepler as that puck trickles toward the net and it's steered away. Koenig was trying to get through a couple, lost the puck there, and threw a cross-check to Kepler. But that's inside baseball. I know it's hockey, but that's an expression. You would never be able to see it unless you're really watching. Just a couple of little things that happen here and there behind the play. Shoemaker-Gromek centers it, puts it into an area where McNulty can maybe chase it down. Cook was over there, and the Bandits will keep it deep. 3 forwards all along the watchtower that is the near side wall. And Cook will shepherd it out, looking to spring Markova, but McNulty had other ideas, and Maeve takes it and sends it right back down deep. Protecting a 1-goal lead now with 4:15 left. The Bandits will like to just keep pounding it down in the Junior Predators zone. Here comes Cook, sends it to the middle. It doesn't hit anyone. It could have hit a skate or a stick, and it hits none. McNulty, like a wide receiver waiting for a floating pass, just stood there and got lucky, kind of, that the Predator just missed it and also didn't try to hit her. Down to 3:50 now in the game. Gabby Rothstein gets a piece. Chipped in by the Preds. Venuto over to Olivia Rothstein. 3:40 now. McNulty's going to get it. McNulty will dump it. McNulty will head to the bench. Far side wall. Petrala Gets it picked off by Gabby Rothstein. Gabby gets dumped down right there, and the Bandits will go on a power play as Venuto dumps it in, and the Preds touch. So that's a big penalty in this game, because now the Junior Predators will be shorthanded for the next minute 30 and trailing 1-0. So Renata Petrala with the hook on Gabby Rothstein. That'll be a minute 30 on the penalty because of the 15-minute period. So the Bandits with a chance here very much on the power play to salt it away if they can. McSherry on the dot. Camarada in the slot. Folia walks off the half boards, backhander, somebody got a piece of it. Sperling at one point did not get a piece of it there, so it's icing, and the Preds kill off the first 9 seconds of the penalty. They're gonna have to be aggressive on the penalty kill if they have any ideas of tying this game up, because they're running out of time. And the Bandits do not want to rest on the 1-goal lead. No need to take excessive chances on the power play, but if they play to the normalcy of their power play, they'll at least have possession. And even just a simple possession in the offensive zone for the next minute 10 of the power play would leave the Preds precious little time to try to pull their goalie and maybe tie the game. Sperling will tee it up, send it off the glass above the net, and the Bandits will recover. Shoemaker-Gromick over for Sperling in a safe manner there. She didn't try to thread the needle. Shot gets all the way through. Spradlin with the save. 50 seconds left on the Bandits' power play. 2:38 remaining in the third period as the Bandits try to complete a perfect 3-0 in regulation preliminary round at the Roc City Girls Fest in the Rochester area. Rochester Ice Center in Fairmount, New York. Sent at the net, but it's sent just to Fairport. Sorry. Folia with it now. Has a lot of room. She could just stay there all day. Goes to the point. Shoemaker-Gromick over to Sperling. Sperling's going to send it across for Folia. Couldn't tee it up. Sends it toward the middle. McSherry got a piece of it. Sperling was coming at the back door, but nobody could get there. They still have possession. Oh, there's a big hit in front. Camarada got decked by Reese's elbow over there. Sperling with it, tees it up, left pad save, loose. They're going to take the icing, and that is going to blow the whistle with 1:56 left in the game and 8 seconds in the power play. So what do the Bandits have to watch out for here? You have to watch out for Renata Petrala exiting the penalty box and the Predators to take a shot where they might be able to send her on a breakaway. Olivia Rothstein on the left point, Fernanda Venuto on the right. Gabby Rothstein, Maeve McNulty, and Mandy Scott up front. The tapping of the stick by Harper Keenan indicates that the penalty's over, and Petrala was screaming for the puck. She wouldn't have had the breakaway unless they just took a shot and sent it there before the penalty expired. Bandits will send it right back in. Scott putting pressure. Now McNulty. The Bandits trying to keep this puck in the offensive zone. McNulty will send it further, but doesn't get all the way in. Kept in by Olivia Rothstein, but picked up there by Hine, and she sends it out. But right back to the Bandits. They'll go D to D. They'll move it into the offensive zone, courtesy of McNulty. McNulty will dump it to the near side corner and chase after it. Down to 66, 65, 64, and the Bandits still with it. Gabby Rothstein shoots, saved by Spradlin, and she holds on. Now exactly a minute left in the third period. Bandits with the 1-0 lead. Still trying to double it, but in a safe manner, not taking any undue chances here. Folia on the face-off wins it, but the Preds are going to try to break out. Venuto got a piece, but they do get it into the offensive zone. Taken away by Sperling, but Petrala comes down the middle. The goalie's still in net. I'm not sure what they're waiting for. They had their best opportunity to pull it right there, and that's going to pay off for the Bandits. Camarada holds up at the blue line, dumps it in. Sperling's going to chase it down below the end line. The more that the puck is in this zone, the less chance that they could pull Spradlin and get the extra attacker, because he's working in the Bandits' favor tremendously. Sperling picks it off, and it goes offside. She tried to corral it there, was going to need to holster it for a moment to let Camarada get back out of the zone, but even a face-off over here will benefit the Bandits. And the Preds really had the chance to pull Spradlin right there, and they didn't pull the trigger. They had the possession. As soon as you get that offensive zone possession, that's your chance. You get that goaltender out of there, but a lot of coaches are conservative with it. Olivia Rothstein sends it in with 10 seconds left. The Preds are just going to have to throw a miracle here. It's picked off. Sperling walks in. She shoots it wide, but that's going to expire the game, and the Bandits complete their 3-0 regulation in the tournament with a 1-0 victory over the Junior Predators of Nashville. Harper Keenan with the clean sheet gets congratulated, and the teams will shake hands at center ice. And she will lead the charge. The Preds gather around their own net for a huddle there. And the teams shake hands at center. So what does this mean? As the first seed out of Group B, the Bandits will play the fourth seed out of Group A later on this evening, and we will post that game for you on Rizzo Vision. So if you haven't subscribed and hit the alerts button, now is the time to do it, because when we post that game, then you will know when it's happening, and ask the friends and family for an alert about when it is happening if that message doesn't get to you, because we want you to tune in. Now, the games after this are all for elimination. Quarterfinals, Saturday evening on Rizzo Vision. There's Coach Grace Potash getting the fake trip from Lexi Riley, who figures to be in the nets later this evening, and assistant coach Amanda Linkladder discussing the world we live in and life in general with our referee. Go get your Diet Pepsi, Coach. You've earned it. And that will do it from here. So, the Bandits, with their second consecutive victory of 1-0, they complete their preliminary round 3-0 with 3 regulation wins. 1-0 over the Buffalo Regals, 2-1 over the Syracuse Valley Eagles, and now 1-0 once again over the Junior Predators of Nashville. Once again, don't forget to subscribe and hit the alerts button so you'll know when we're back on Rizzo Vision, which we will be in just a few hours, and we look forward to seeing you there. From the Rochester Ice Arena in Fairport, New York, this is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Bandits Girls Hockey on Rizzo Vision.